it's time for another writing video. Today, I can't shake the weird feeling that I've already talked about this kind of thing before, but maybe if I did, just consider this an updated video. Today we are going to talk about writing female characters. Mostly today we are going to be talking about the stereotypes that I don't like, that you may want to avoid when writing your female characters. I'm wearing my N7 shirt, which is actually a little bit too small to go over this shirt, but if I don't wear a shirt under it, I will freeze to death, because it's Wisconsin, and winter. It's a fact. Now, before I get started with this, there will be a little disclaimer, especially with this one, because it's a little bit more opinionated. I am not the god of writing. I am just an author who knows a few things and likes to share some tips and tricks. Don't just rely on me. If you find that the advice I've given you here today or in any of my writing tips videos was not helpful or conducive to you and your writing style, that is fine. Everybody's different. Let's get down and dirty with some of these tropes that I have been finding cropping up in especially YA. As some of you may know, the strong female character is becoming more and more popular in YA. And while this is a good thing, we're also starting to see a lot of tropes that are not really very good. So let's look at them, because that's fun. These are in no particular order. I had not arranged these in order. I just went down as I thought of them. The first one on my list I call the fake badass. You see this one more and more these days, where stories are kind of trying to copy the phenomenon that was the Hunger Games, in that they want to have a female character who kicks butt. And I'll be honest, a woman who kicks butt is one of my favorite tropes. But what annoys the crap out of me is when the book tells me that the woman kicks butt, but she doesn't. The book keeps assuring me over and over again that this woman is dangerous, that she's an assassin or a hired killer or a murderer. People should fear her. And then within the book, she never does anything. She always finds a way to somehow avoid killing. Basically, what we can take away from this is if you are going to have a female character who kicks ass, you have to show her doing it, not just tell. Show, don't tell. That's like rule 1. It should be pretty simple, and a lot of people are missing it. I think some of the problem that people are having is that they're still caught up with this, well, she's a hero character and she's a female, and readers don't want to see a woman actually kill people, and they don't want to see a hero actually kill people, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, I do. I'm fine with it. It's what I signed on for. The next one on my list we're not seeing as much anymore, but it is still around, and that is inconsequential flaws. You know that girl who is perfect in every single way, except for, you know, every time the author remembers, she probably trips over something or spills something. She's just a little bit clumsy, or she's afraid of heights, or something really, really deeply inconsequential to the story, but it gives her a flaw. A flaw is something that should interfere with the character. A flaw is like stubbornness, where it interferes with one of the scenes and the character makes a mistake. Something that makes a person maybe a little bit more difficult to deal with sometimes. And that's okay. Your character can be difficult. That's fine. You're trying to make them a human being, right? Another one we've all seen a million times is the super hot thinks she's not. We get introduced to the character and she goes on and on about how stinking plain she is, but then we get the scene, usually a looking in the mirror scene because people are so original, where we finally see what she looks like, and she's ridiculously attractive. Also, do we need to be so concerned about what these heroines look like? Especially if they happen to be in a book that puts them in a lot of dangerous situations. Trust me, she's fighting for her life. She's not really terribly concerned about what her hair looks like. This one is a big, huge pet peeve of mine. That is the hyper-innocent, somebody who doesn't know anything about the world, romance, has never felt love before, and has no idea what sex is or how it works, and they need a man to show them. If I read one more character who's like, I felt a fluttering in my chest when he was near and I had no idea what it was, I'm gonna cut a bitch. Like, there's nothing wrong with a character being a virgin, but all of these women were somehow sheltered completely from the world of romance and sex until they meet a man who they actually have warm fluffies towards. I'm asexual. I'm not even sexually attracted to anyone, and I have a better understanding of sexual attraction than the women in these books, and I've never experienced it. Ah! But just in general, can we please have some worldly women, some women who have seen some shit, some women who've, heaven forbid, had sex for pleasure before? Instead of just like, if a woman has had sex before in a book, it's usually because she was assaulted. Let's just normalize it, guys. Women have sex for pleasure sometimes too. Get the fuck over it. Let's have a woman who has masturbated. Let's have a woman who knows what love feels like. Let's have a woman who just knows how the world works in general. Please, please, I'm begging you. This one doesn't bother me as much. This isn't one of my personal least favorite tropes, but it is one that I see people complaining about, and it's one we do see a lot. And that is when people try to go too far with the stoic badass character and just forget to give her a personality whatsoever. Basically, she's just there to be super stoic, to wear tight leather, and to kill people with her thighs. You know what's fun about super stoic badass characters when they're guys? Finding out what makes them tick, finding out that really they're a fluffy little cinnamon roll underneath. And that's fun for female characters too. You don't have to have your stoic female character be nothing but. She could be a human being as well. This next one kind of goes the polar opposite of the hyper innocent trope, and that is the super sexy one who all of the men find attractive. Sex bomb, you're my sex bomb, and you can give it to me when I need to come along. Sex bomb, you're my sex bomb, and baby you can turn me on. Yeah, I sing sometimes. What of it? Anyway, the sex bomb character is kind of insulting for a number of reasons. One, it casts a female character as having the sole purpose to be gratuitously beautiful and an object to be looked at and desired. And two, it's insulting to the male characters because it implies that they cannot handle themselves in the presence of hotness. Because not everybody is attracted to the same thing in women. So if you make one guy's perfect 10, you've probably taken away some things that another guy would find attractive, or girl, or whoever finds her attractive. But let's face it, usually in these books, the sex bomb is attractive to all the men. But of course, if the sex bomb actually enjoys having sex, then she's probably a villain. Because women who enjoy sex for pleasure and fun are probably evil. And finally on this list, here's another one that sometimes can annoy me. We have been trending away from it a little bit because we've been going so hard into the badass territory, but that is the female character as the one who is always the nurturer, the emotional center, the one in charge of feeling the emotions and being comforting for everyone. Let's say in the story your main characters find a lost child. The female character will naturally be the one who wants to nurture the child, gravitates toward the child. If somebody is injured, the female character will always be the one who has to help. Real life me, I don't like children. I actively avoid children. Don't hand me your baby because I will just be like, yep. I am like the opposite of the nurturing one. Ugh, this is an emotional situation. Fuck if I know what to do about it. I encourage you, if you are writing female characters, to look at the women who you are close to in your life and try to look at them as whole people. Please. And then, once you have examples of how real women behave, then you'll have a better idea of how to write them into your story. And if you so choose, avoid all of these tropes. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Nigel is here, as is his super long tail. I want to remind you that I put up new videos every Monday and Friday or Saturday whenever my slow-ass internet decides to get off its butt and actually, upload something. Feel free to go to any of my social media where those videos will be posted. Everything you need is in the doobly-doo. Except Nigel, he's here with me. You can't have him. But maybe you can have his super long tail because it's really annoying. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I will see you guys next time with whatever it is we happen to be doing next time. Bye! Sex bomb, you're my sex bomb, and you can give it to me when I need to come along. Sex bomb,